recorded live from Studio 12A in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. You're listening to the Josh and Friends podcast.
Hey, thank you for tuning into the Josh and Friends podcast. I am your host. My name is Josh. And this week, we are here to discuss a movie that is very near and dear to my heart. The 1980 epic blockbuster film starring Christopher Reeve, Superman 2. And with me in today's discussion, I have two special guests. The first is my special lady friend, Jen, aka Ursa. And I first met her early last year in 2020. And she is not only the show's first intern / assistant, but she's also a big fan of the early Superman movies. And she played a pivotal role in our costume designs for this year. And then last, but certainly not least, we are joined by a longtime friend of the show and the character simply known as Non. He's the quiet and hilarious Mr. Up for Whatever himself, the one and only Eric Tapia. All right, guys. Welcome. Eric's in person. You have Jen over here, and what are you in? Looks like Mad Men. You're over in what's his name? Don Draper's apartment there.
That's right. I really wish I was, though.
Oh, it's good to have you on. How you been?
Good.
Awesome, Eric. How about you, buddy? Got your big old. You got to show that. You got to show the big old Heine you got over here.
The Heineken.
Oh,
is that not a normal size?
It just looks like it's kind of like when Andre the Giant used to hold up a beer. You know?
Do I do anything normal?
Yeah.
No.
That's true.
That's true.
No.
So I wanted to have you guys on together to discuss our Halloween adventures from last weekend. It's pretty epic.
I know what you did last Halloween.
Yeah, it's pretty epic. And I'm going to put on my old man glasses here because, we got some stuff to go over here. But first, I wanted to discuss the movies themselves because you got to have a little bit of history with these movies. They're pretty epic. And of course, we're talking about the Superman movies. We're going to mostly focus on the first two movies because they were filmed at the same time. And now, Eric, I'm not assuming you've seen both of these movies. I know that you saw the one with us.
In theater. Yep, I was there. I remember.
That's an old man joke again. There you go. All right. Okay. See how much this comes up. All right.
No, I have seen them.
So you've seen all the Superman movies?
Well, I mean, the ones with Christopher Reeve.
So, you saw Superman 4?
No.
Okay.
That one I haven't. Not yet.
Well, good.
It's on the bucket list.
Good answer. You know what? Christopher Reeve actually said. He actually said this one time. He goes, "We should have made Superman 1. We should have made Superman 2. We should have made parts of 3. We should have never made Superman 4." And that's coming from the guy that's in the movies. I love that. So, So now, Jen, you're closer to my age now. You've definitely seen these movies. You're very familiar with them, right?
Yes.
So, do you have a favorite of the movies?
Superman 2 is my favorite.
Superman 2. Yeah. Yes. Superman 2 is, it came out right at that sweet point in time where I was most people not anymore, but back in the day, kids were like the biggest fans of superhero movies, right?
Yeah.
And there were no superhero movies like this back in the day. There weren't any. This was the first of its kind that was like this. So that's why it was such a big, giant success. So now,
we had a neighborhood superhero.
Oh yeah, who is it?
The Elote Man.
The what?
The Elote Man with the part of corn and hot sauce and butter.
Oh,
that was our superhero growing up.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh my goodness.
What kind of powers did he have?
Feed you when you're hungry. That's one of the greatest powers you could ever have.
Did he have one of those carts that you push?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
awesome. Those are so good.
Yes.
So all right. Sorry. So that first movie, it was very legendary, and it's hard to think about movies not having, or movies like going to the movies and not seeing a superhero movie in the theaters these days.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean,
they're like a dime a dozen.
They come out like every other week. Right.
Yeah.
So, but back then there was not like that. Before that, it was kind of like, you had what, Batman, the TV show. It's all, everything's hokey.
Oh, yeah.
If it's like, the Superman, the old TV show back in the 50s and stuff like that, everyone's like, it's really cheesy, and it's just bad special effects and everything like that.
Yep.
So, this was the first one that had kind of like a serious storyline. You had named actors in it. What actor before would be like, I don't want to be in a, what? No, I don't want to be in a superhero movie. What are you talking
unless
about?
it came with the big paycheck.
Right. So, and this one had world-class effects. Now, Christopher Nolan, the guy that actually did the Batman movies, he actually credits the first Superman movie, and Richard Donner, who was the director of the movie, he actually credits him for having the blueprint for the Batman movies. And I love that first Batman. I mean, I love all of them are really good, but like that first Batman one where he literally, you find out how he becomes Batman, and it's like that great story. Love that. But some of the biggest actors of the 70s, they actually turned down the role of Superman. This is kind of funny. This is a pretty good list here. So, can you imagine like some of these actors being in this movie? So basically you have
Superman.
Yeah. So think of these guys as Superman. Okay. So you have Robert Redford.
Oh no.
Robert Redford. No.
No.
Can't see him being in there.
No.
Maybe Lex. Maybe he could have been a Lex.
And I could see some of these guys like turning it down because Superman's kind of like more of a clean cut kind of, Mr. America, like I'm Superman. Of course, now it's kind of hard to even think about Superman without Christopher Reeve as that role.
Oh yeah.
But Burt Reynolds turned it down. Burt Reynolds. He's like,
no.
He's driving up in his like Trans Am or whatever the hell he's driving.
I just can't, like, he's too Smokey and the Bandit.
Right.
You like can't get that out of your head.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
The mustache would have had to go away. And
And
chest
yeah,
hair
Burt
would have to
Reynolds
go
is
away.
another one that does not look good without a mustache.
Now, here's one that, Warren Beatty, super good looking guy back in the day. Warren Beatty, but he's also kind of like a more kind of, I don't know. Again, it's hard to think about Superman without thinking of Christopher Reeve. But
this would all be spandex too. So you got to picture these guys in spandex.
Is that how you want to picture him? You can go ahead and picture him.
Eric, it's hilarious that you actually said that because check this out. James Caan actually was quoted as saying, he's turned it down too. And can you imagine James Caan?
No, he's not tall enough. Like he's not tall enough. Like he's so short.
James Caan is I think of him as like a serious gangster that
exactly. And he's short.
Not very friendly.
No.
But he actually said, I just couldn't wear that suit.
Exactly. I don't blame him.
Hilarious. Paul Newman was actually offered, check this out. Paul Newman was offered his choice of roles as Superman, Lex Luthor, or Jor-El for $4 million. And he turned down all three roles.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
That's wild, right?
I mean, he might have made a good Superman in Superman 3.
Superman 3.
Yeah. He probably would have fit in more along that story.
Yeah, with the comedy or what?
Yeah, the comedy.
Paul Newman. All right. Okay. How about? All right. So this is kind of interesting too. So I was reading this. John Wayne's son, Patrick. Of course, we're all well aware of this guy. No, he was actually cast as Superman, but he had to drop out when he found out that his dad was diagnosed with stomach cancer.
Oh God.
John Wayne died of stomach cancer in, I think it was 1979. So it was like pretty soon after this. Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, it's unfortunate, but everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, you cannot think about this movie without, no,
you can't.
They said that part of the reason why this movie worked out so well too is because of Christopher Reeve. I think he had like some sort of, what was it? He had some sort of training in something. Oh, he was like a pilot, and he knew about like aerodynamics and stuff, and like how you should like actually look and how you can move and stuff like that. So he's credited for looking like you should look when you're flying or landing and stuff like that. And they actually credit him a lot for selling the fact that you will believe a man can fly. That was like the tagline of this like movie. And if you see like some of those old like TV shows and stuff, it's so bad. They're like the guy's like sitting there and they're like, okay, put a fan on him. Like there's like his hair blowing and stuff like that. It's really bad. But so check this out. So here, I want your guys' thoughts on these guys. So here are some, and remember, we're talking about Superman 1, kind of like in correlation also including Superman 2, because they did film the same
at the same time.
Yeah. So check this out. Here are some other actors who were considered for the lead role of Superman. They're considered. I don't know if like how much they were like called or anything like that, but so check this out. Some of these are just wow, like crazy. So you have Clint Eastwood. Go ahead.
I mean,
no, just no.
No.
John Voight.
No. Oh my gosh.
How about gritty old Nick Nolte? That'd be great.
I mean, if Superman was down on his luck, then yeah.
Yeah, right?
How about this one? This one's kind of interesting. Dustin Hoffman. What do you think of that? Dustin Hoffman, isn't he like
again, he's like not tall enough.
No, he's weird. Again, he would have made a good Lex. He could have made it.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
That's not bad. How about this one? There's another one that it's kind of like kind of like the James Caan thing to me. Charles Bronson. I mean, that guy, I don't know if you guys have seen those old movies with Charles Bronson, but he's like the ultimate badass. Like he's almost too scary to be Superman. I can see him as like maybe a bad guy or something like that, but
no, he was too busy with Death Wish to worry about Superman.
I can't see that one either.
How about this one? Fresh off of Star Wars, Harrison Ford.
No.
No, there was already enough Harrison Ford as it was going around.
Yeah.
Well, then
to put a cape on him would have just been too much.
He looks better with a brown
he looks
hat
better
on.
with the fedora hat or whatever he had for Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
How about Chris Christopherson? Another one is kind of like big old beard, like kind of rugged, like not the greatest actor either. Like, all right, this one might be my favorite. Well, the last two pretty good. Pretty good. This guy actually tried out for the role, and I don't know if I could still call him a guy. Bruce Jenner.
Oh, are you serious?
Oh, swear to God. Remember, Bruce Jenner at this point in time is one of the best looking guys ever. Like if you see him in those old videos, he's ripped.
It would have. Wasn't he an Olympian? So I guess it would have fit in.
The ultimate Olympian. Yeah, absolutely.
He was like the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how good
I could totally see him doing that. Right. I could see him.
Yeah,
you could
just
see
the
him
acting
doing
part, that just,
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Maybe if Superman had no lines and just had to stand there and look athletic.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Just stand there like your character. I'm just kidding.
Yep. And then here's one that's great. Muhammad Ali.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I think by this point in time, in this point in movies, I think that, the kind of like the Will Smith kind of leading character.
Yeah.
Maybe they just weren't ready for it. Because Muhammad Ali was badass and he was in some movies, but
I mean, I would pick Muhammad Ali over Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Nicolas Cage.
I would take Muhammad Ali in his later years, rolling around kind of like, it's kind of weird that he ended up kind of like actual Superman.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. How about this one? Even Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, they were interested in the part, but they didn't get the roles clearly because we didn't see them in the roles. But
those guys are
afterwards. They did all right afterwards.
I don't know. They're just I don't know. Like,
wouldn't it be weird to see? Okay, so first off, like Schwarzenegger. He's a little too big for the. He's like, I can't extend my arms.
I just no.
Now, how about this one? So this one's for Jen. Jen,
Yes.
you'll like this one.
Oh.
So this guy, he really wanted the role really bad. Like he lobbied for it. He was really interested, like more than anybody. He was really, really super interested, but he was ignored.
Uh-oh.
And that person was Neil Diamond.
Whoa.
They come to America.
Oh man, I love Neil, but
Oh yeah, she wants to see Neil in spandex.
I mean, who wouldn't? Back in the day, oh man.
Oh, in blue jeans.
I just can't see him being Superman. He's just, I don't know.
On toes.
Although
Right.
I do love me some Neil.
Oh yeah, gotta love Neil. That'd be funny. He's like Neil. Is that Neil Diamond over there? It's a plane. It's,
It's Neil. Oh.
Yeah. So again, you can't. It's hard to even think about this now.
Yeah, I could see Neil in a Broadway version of Superman.
If they had a singing cast.
Yeah, why not? Throw him out there.
So they actually were supposed to release this movie in 1977, and it kept getting delayed because they wanted the special effects to be perfect. Well, as good as they could be.
Yeah, in the 70s.
And they were awesome for back then. I mean, it's watching it now. It's a little tough to.
It's amazing to watch it now.
Yeah. So and you could tell, like when you're watching the Donner reshoots, like what he added, it's like, dude, he's so hokey and like there's those parts where, like, I mean, we were watching this when we were watching those scenes, like they're like, why don't you blow him a kiss? And they're like,
yeah.
And they're like blowing, and then the people down the street, it's like comic. It's like a bad. It's like, who wrote this? Like, people are trying to eat ice cream. I'm like, shouldn't you be worried about the crazy superheroes trying to kill everybody, or like, trying to blow everybody down the street and everything? No, there's this guy who's like, I need to make this phone call. He's like hanging from.
Yeah, he's like in the photo booth still. Yeah, and it's like falling over. Like,
it's so ridiculous. Like, what are they doing? Yeah. So I mean, there's like parts like that in Superman 2, but yeah, I don't know. There's just I just remember like when I was a kid and watching the making of those movies, and it was pretty cool to like see that, where they have these big like cranes that they're holding them up, and like they're lowering them down on these like big cables and stuff like that. That was like really cool, and it really made me like, oh, man, like that'd be kind of cool to work on that stuff. Of course, I never did, but my dad would always say like, you should do that. You should work.
Could have been a stuntman.
Yeah, should have been a stuntman. Yeah, no. So yeah, that was always fun to watch those kind of like behind the scenes takes on those. Now that movie ended up costing $55 million to make, and at the time, it was the most expensive movie ever made, adjusting for inflation, Eric, because I know you're going to ask this.
Yeah.
Adjusting for inflation, it was $250 million, nearly $250 million. And it was finally released in 1978, became a monster success, and became the highest grossing film of 1978. It was released in December and became the highest grossing film of that year. And it became the sixth highest grossing film of all time. It's pretty wild.
I mean, you figure all the superhero movies nowadays cost millions of dollars.
Right.
There's so many of them.
It's the bill.
And that was like literally like the first of its kind, as far as, before that you saw spaceships and stuff like that and Star Wars flying, and it looked amazing, but you didn't see like people flying. So that was like very revolutionary. And it was actually nominated for 3 Academy Awards and won one for, here's a shocker, visual effects.
And how many people you think attempted to fly after they saw that?
Not enough, Eric.
Yeah.
Not enough.
I know I didn't.
I do remember though, when, what was it? It had to have been, because I remember Jump was out at that time. So it had to be 1983. I remember this kid. I think Return of the Jedi just came out, and he was on the playset, and he was just like, I'm gonna move this, and I was like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna use the Force, and I'm like, we're gonna be here a while. So I sent you guys that video about the director Richard Donner.
Yes.
And he was a huge reason why that movie was the success that it was, for many reasons. Like, but he didn't get along with the producers very well. And I guess, I don't know. It's always like one of those things where like, well, was he fired or did he quit?
He said, she said.
Yeah, Donner.
Yeah.
I think Donner says that he actually got canned or whatever, because like he said he refused to work with the producers or whatever, and he had already completed 75% of the filming of Superman 2, and so what they did during the first Superman, he was butting heads constantly with those guys, with the producers, and they used Richard Lester as kind of like the go between, the middleman, right? So like, and he was already a big time producer. He produced like the Beatles, or he directed the Beatles, Hard Day's Night and Help, and they finally just said, you know what, we're gonna go with Richard Lester, and the cast and crew loved Richard Donner,
of course,
but they did not love Richard Lester.
And
they did not like how it went down with everything. So, so that kind of left a lot of people really upset. So when they were filming Superman 2, there was a lot of people that either didn't come back or didn't like when they had you know how they have
just
those
died.
when they had those like those, you know, when you promote a film when it's coming out, you need to do those press tours.
Yeah.
There was only one person out of all of the people that were in that movie that promoted the movie, and that was Ursa. That was you. That was you.
Oh,
It's your character. So yeah. She's like, I tried to stay out of the.
She blew everybody a kiss.
I did.
Yeah. So, but anyway, when they just to go back, when they first got that movie going, Richard Donner knew that, you know, if they wanted to, you know, make this movie what it was, they had to get like a big name actor. I guess that's the reason for all this, the list of guys, right? So they got Marlon Brando, who was already a huge star from, you know, lots of movies, you know.
Yeah.
But he demanded a record $3.7 million.
Jeez.
And check this out, just for 10 days of work and 20 minutes on screen. $3.7 million.
Wow.
Adjusted for inflation, because I love to do that. $16 million in today's numbers.
I don't blame him. He was an A-list superstar, and
Yeah.
you look at the credits, whose name comes up first.
He demanded top billing for that. Yeah. So
Wow.
he got top bit. So check this out. He got top billing, and almost, I think it was like he demanded it was like 11.75, or, you know, rounding up. It's like 12% of the movie's financial intake. Think of that. That was like one of the sixth biggest movie of all time, and he got 12% of that.
12.
Is that the best deal in history?
Wow.
I read somewhere where I guess Christopher Reeve talked about him, about how he wasn't really a fan of his work ethic. He was always corners.
It's legendary. Yeah, no,
he could.
Of course, dude.
Why
like,
not?
He was like known for not memorizing his lines. He was like a great actor, but they would like write notes and like hang him up, like, you know, put them like down, like you pick something up and then read the lines.
Yeah, look, well, when you're the Don, you have everyone do stuff for you. So.
Yeah. So that was crazy. So I think that might have been the greatest, or one of the greatest deals in movie history. That worked out pretty well for him.
Crazy.
Not a lot of work going into that. So yeah. But yeah, so that was a kind of like a brief history of Superman the movie. And like I mentioned before, Superman the movie was always, I love Superman the movie, but Superman Part 2 with the 3 villains, that's where I became a fan. That was that was it for me, man. And part of that was the main guy, General Zod. I mean, talk about fantastic casting. Fantastic. I mean, you look at that guy and you're like, oh, that guy's a general. Like he's a real, he's definitely the leader of that clan there. Yeah. So you had General Zod, you had Non, who is the
non-verbal mute.
Is that what they call him? That Non? I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't even know he had a name, to be honest.
And then you had Ursa. Yeah. So now, the guy General Zod, when you look up the greatest villains of all time on like all these lists and stuff, I looked up a bunch of these lists. He's always like in the top 5, like of greatest villains, like
that's
in
wild
movie history. Yeah, because I mean, look, think about it. Like he's amazing.
Yeah.
Right? So
he was good. It was good.
Now, our costume that we came up with. So it's pretty funny how this all came about. So I have this little mirror in my, it's not in my shower. It's like outside my shower. So like I always have to, my face has to be kind of like hot or warm when I shave. If it doesn't, it just like gets all,
I mean,
it
this
gets all
just shows
crazy.
how much Josh looks at himself.
Yeah.
No, although, I have to say, I always wondered what the mirror was for. So now I know. So I'm like,
no, yeah. No, that's so I don't cut off my like lip or something. No, so I have that shower in there because when I do shave, I like to see what I'm doing, right? But it's funny because I've been growing my hair out, so it's like it's pretty long. It's like, but anyway, I've been growing my hair out, and I put a bunch of shampoo in my hair, and I glance over, and I'm like, I had to do a double take. I was like, I look like General Zod.
I mean, that has to be one of the most random.
It was
right.
Oh, dude, I was like, what the hell? And I stood there for a second. I was like, what the? I go, okay, I can't forget this. I look like General Zod. I'm in the shower. My hair's wetted back and slicked back. I look like General Zod right now. And so I get out and I was like, I'm like drying off and I'm like, dude, Aaron kind of looks like the other dude. And I'm like,
okay.
and Jen could be, what's her name? She could be Ursa.
Eric looks like the other one. Oh man.
It doesn't look
Eric
just
looks
like him.
Big and scary, and he's got a beard. So yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You literally didn't have to change anything.
No.
So,
oh man.
I was like, I sent a message and I was like, okay, this is like kind of a weird, I've never seen this costume. I don't think I've ever seen anybody dressed up like
I've never seen it.
Until I Googled it, and I only saw a couple people dressing up on like Google.
I never saw it in person.
Right.
If I ever did, I probably didn't know who it was at the time. So now I do.
Yeah.
Exactly. So of course I sent Jen a message, and she's like, now, Jen, you already had a costume.
I did. I was Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy. So I had it already.
Awesome. And by the way, you already, which is a perfect costume for that too, because where do you work?
So I work with seniors. So it was definitely, they loved it because it was their era. So it was great. It was great.
It couldn't have been a better costume.
I know.
Yeah, the polka dotted.
I had the dress. I had the apron. I had the wig.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's perfect. Right. So I think you dressed like that on,
I dressed Friday. Like that the Friday before. Yeah. We went on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you dressed up as Ursa with us. And Eric, Eric's always up for whatever.
I mean,
yep.
I don't have to do anything but buy an outfit.
So now, so after we finally get everyone on board with this costume, we got to figure out, kind of like
it didn't take much to get everybody on board.
Right.
No, it was pretty simple. It was pretty like Josh sent the message and we're like, okay.
Send me a photo. I'm like, all right, I'll make it work.
And this was a while ago. It wasn't like we just, it wasn't like we just put it together just, at the last second. So yeah, the next steps were to find out how to put this together. And even that is kind of basic as far as like a Halloween costume, but there is some process to like how we had to do this. Now, Joe, we had to Jen
is well aware of the process.
Jen, we found your shirt at a Goodwill, I think, right?
Yes. Yep.
And that was a great shirt.
Oh, it was a great find. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was only $4. So
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Goodwill. And pretty much everything else is bought online, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
we bought our stuff online. It's easy.
I loved Eric sending. So we started this little thread just between the three villains, and and it was great. The back and forth. Eric's like, "Wow, I can't wait to wear hooker boots."
Yeah.
So then we just started going.
Oh,
back and
that's
forth about hooker
right.
boots.
I mean, if your boots go up to your knee, you might be a hooker.
You know,
or a villain, or a
villain.
or a
yeah.
villain. Josh and I spent hours at Goodwill trying to find his costume, but we just couldn't find anything.
Yeah. So and by the way, I hate buying clothes online just because they hardly ever fit, right?
Yeah.
But this was a robe. It was still too big.
It's usually
Right.
easy for costume.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It was still probably a size or two too big for me, but
I mean,
whatever,
it worked with all the tape. So.
Yeah. And so now Eric, he loves to freak me out. And he kept saying, "No, I'll be ordering it." And I go,
No.
"Have you been watching the news? There are shipping containers backed up for miles in the ocean now."
We were still in early September, and
You were giving Josh such
I'm
anxiety.
sending these these news stories about all everything's backed up, and I go, "You might want to order this." And he's like, "I still got time."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I finally pulled the General Zod, and I was like, "That's it, Eric. I'm ordering this. What size do you wear?" He's like, "Okay, I'll order."
No, so I
I sent a
messaged Eric.
screenshot.
I messaged Eric separately, and I'm like, "Do you know what you're doing to Josh right now?"
Yeah,
I'm like, "You're literally giving him anxiety." I was like, "Just order your
That's
stuff."
no, I told her, I was like, "Oh, you kids, you worry too much."
God damn, Eric. Yeah. So anyway, so Eric finally orders his stuff, and I did. So we got the black robes and the
black robes.
I bought that tape. So we had to buy this tape, and when it's time to finally put everything together.
And that's only because the edge of their stuff is shiny.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
Black-
so it had to be
black
extra
tape.
shiny,
Yeah.
on the sides. And
Yeah.
So we were putting that together, and
Oh boy.
Jen's like, "I know where this is going."
Cutting
No.
Jen's hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, not that part. Not that part.
No. Yeah. So
No.
So Eric, we're I think we at that point did we turn on the movie yet? I think we were watching the movie as we
Yeah,
were
it
kind of
was on
Yeah, we
taking
watched
something
it while we were getting
Yeah,
dressed.
because we were like, we need to turn on the movie so we can get our
Get into
parts
character.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
His character.
So, yeah.
God.
I mean, it
So-
worked. It helped
Oh God.
visualize.
Yeah, and by the way, is there in cinema history? It's some of the greatest ending scenes ever, especially the one at the very end when he's like, "Kneel before out," and whatever,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Take my hand," and then and then it's like,
Oh,
It
yeah.
cracks. Yeah, it cracks.
Crushes
Yeah.
it.
and then
Yeah.
accompanied with the music, and it's like. And he just throws. It's like, oh,
and then my guy forgets he can't
so
fly
great.
anymore.
He's all.
Like a dumbass, yeah.
He just squeals. He's like,
Yeah. He's like,
they didn't have to do anything to him. He's just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but he can still fly.
yeah.
Aw, poor Non.
And then what's her name? You didn't have it too good either. You got knocked
I
out
didn't.
by
I got
Lois.
knocked out. I know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're a real pain in the butt or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
In-
Like,
in
what
the
a
neck.
line.
Yeah.
And the
No,
neck.
pain in the neck. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't use foul language back then, John.
Yeah. I was like, what a
And
lame
then
line.
So cheesy.
She
Yeah.
could have said you're a real bitch and then
Yeah,
sucker
right.
punched
Whoa,
her.
whoa,
But like,
whoa,
right?
that'd be way too
Whoa.
realistic.
I
man.
know.
Way too realistic.
So
So
we're still in the 70s or what, 80s?
Yeah. yeah,
80.
yeah.
Whoa.
So, but didn't we during that movie? Just to stick on this for a second, we were laughing at the special effects.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but
Yes.
the other part that we laughed at was the part where we're like, wait a minute, he wants to be like a real guy, like
a real
like
person. Yeah.
And what did we come to the conclusion why he wanted to do that? I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this movie 10,000 times, but
so he could sleep with Lois.
So he could be with Lois. I was like, that is so dumb. Like, why?
So he didn't murder Lois during intercourse.
Exactly. Yeah. Obviously that would have happened.
Yeah. So he didn't want to kill
the bullets. Yep.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah. So anyway. So he gets his ass kicked by that, hillbilly at that little diner.
At the diner, yeah.
And then he comes, and then at the very end, he comes back.
He comes back and
I like how he comes back in just to kick that guy's ass.
If they would have continued that way for a couple more scenes, Lois would have left him already.
Yeah.
Would have got fed up with them.
Yeah. That's another cheesy part of the movie too, where like he takes the guy and he like sets him on like a cake or something like that. And then he spins, and then he shoves him. And then the guy like at the very end, it's like a stupid like cartoon where he's like, I'm like, what is this? Anyway,
but that's what makes it so great now when you watch it, because you're just like, what?
Comedy?
Yeah, you're like, what? Like when they threw somebody and then like the ground bounced. Like
right. Yeah,
the grass.
That was when the dad fell.
I saw behind the scenes part. You know where that kid? He's like, let my daddy down or whatever. Like, he's like,
yeah.
And then that's when the guy like,
when he bounces.
And he bounces. Right. So I saw, this is no joke. I saw behind the scenes where like I think he like runs off or something like that in the distance. And I think Ursa, like, I don't know what she does, but she explodes in the, like, she kills the kid. She kills a child.
Whoa. It's a little too graphic for
Jen,
for video.
You killed a little child?
He was in the way.
Sometimes these kids, I guess, just got to die.
Right?
No, exactly.
All right. So, anyway, so my original plan was to start very early in the day.
Oh, geez.
Just so we could get these costumes ready. And it was going pretty good. Normally this, costumes like this, they take a while because you have to put like things together. And remember, a lot of these costumes that we had, they had to be done after the fact because like, kind of like, Jen, some of your things had to be done as you had the costume on, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, in concept, everything seemed like, we're just gonna put some duct tape on it.
Until you started putting the tape on.
Yeah, right. And I was like,
when you're actually trying to open a box of Velcro.
Right. Well, yeah. So anyway, the tape wouldn't turn, so it started like getting like all bobbed, and I was like, okay, it's a 2-man job. Eric, can you get over here? So that took a while. The tape took probably longer than anything.
Yeah. What should have taken the longest was putting on some damn tape.
Yeah, I know. So, and then
we nailed it.
Well, and then I don't know if this is in the correct. Yeah, I think it's in the correct order. So Jen, she's like, now I need to like try to cut my hair, and I was like, oh great, now I'm a barber over here. I'm like trying to like, I'm a hairstylist.
We should have done a video of you cutting my hair.
I'm literally like layering like her hair.
Jen waits till after she takes the shower.
Oh God, it was awful. Yeah.
Oh my God, there was so much hair on Jen.
All that hair falling on me, I was so itchy.
Every time a clump of hair would fall on Jen, she's like, and I go, don't even worry about it now. You're definitely.
Jen had more chest hair than I did.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to shower again. She's like, I just got out of the shower, and I'm like, there's no getting around this. You're not wiping this off.
Oh man, it was so bad. It was so itchy.
She had just done her makeup and everything too.
I know my makeup was done.
Yep.
Oh,
so
it was rough.
So yeah, so Jen takes a shower. Anyway, so the last step, and by the way, I'm starting to panic. This is okay. Now here's panic mode is starting to set in because the reason why is because I wanted to get the outdoor lighting because there was this one picture where they're outside, and I wanted to get this picture outside to match kind of like the outside, right? And I was like, all right, guys, we need to get this done so we can get outside and we could take these shots. Here's the problem. The problem was we're running out of sunlight.
Oh yeah, and, sun was going down.
Sun was going
I'm
down.
Sitting here, I'm like, okay, what? Oh gosh, my robe needs some Velcro, and we need to Velcro Eric. So here I am trying to open this Velcro box, and back in the day they used to make these where you literally just peel it open and it peeled right open, right? This is like, it's like you're opening a I don't know what it's the super seal, like extra thick. And I'm like, I'm literally cutting like on the plastic. And I'm like, it should be peeling. And it's not. And like, sorry, this is extra important stuff. This is Velcro. We got Velcro here, friend. This is extra stuff. So anyway.
So yeah, what happened next?
So what I did was I'm in panic mode. I'm freaking out. I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry at this box that won't open.
He's becoming General Zod.
Exactly.
So I take this pair of scissors and I stab it once and it doesn't do anything. And then I stab it again, but then because this damn plastic, it's so thick and strong, it slips right off, right into my finger. And my finger just starts gushing blood. And I'm like, no, that ought to speed up the process. It's like every time I could, it's one of those times where if you cut something, you could actually feel it pumping.
Oh,
you're like,
because the adrenaline's already going. So
I'm like, that's awesome. Now I'll be right back. And I'm just going upstairs and it's just like a bloody massacre. It's blood squirting all over the place.
God.
I'm trying to wrap it as much as I can. And like, it's going through I'm like, this is great.
Josh is upstairs and I'm talking to Eric and I was like, yeah, do I tell him that the sun goes down in like 5 minutes?
We kept looking outside. So we were trying to finish up the taping. We're like, I
was like, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. So anyway, I finally wrapped it so hard that it was like, it was doing that heartbeat in my, in my finger. So I'm like, okay, there's no blood that's going to be coming out of here. You know, my finger might, die. It might
just fall off eventually.
But, jeez. It's just the tip. It's just the tip. That's
what she said. Oh, okay. No, but anyway, so it should be fine for a while, right? So anyway, so we finally get the Velcro and we go out. We're taking the pictures and all that good stuff. And so we finally get everything ready, and now it's time to take the pictures. And of course, I'm still freaking out because the sun's going down, and I can't get get stuff going.
It's getting darker by the second.
By the second.
No, by this time, literally the sun has already gone down. So now we're just working on the rest of the light,
the daylight. Yeah.
So Eric's like, Eric's always Mr. Calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
He's like, so here's what we need to do. We need to
do
this and that. And I was like, okay, Eric, I'll let you do this. So anyway, we
got the phone and the camera set up, and
we finally took 600 pictures and found one that worked. But anyway, so it was finally time to relax, watch the rest of the movie. So here we are, we're having some drinks, and now we got to decide on the venue. Right. So like, I think we had kind of, there was a couple places that we had in mind. Right.
Yeah, and the goal was, if there's no admission, then we're there.
Well, yeah. So, okay. So so the place that I thought of, which the reason why I thought of this place is because it has an outdoor, like, they have the kind of like the street. It's kind of like they block off the street.
It's outside.
Right? Yeah. And they have, you have drinks outside and you have bathrooms and stuff like that. So it's kind of a cool little area. But the bad things were that it's far away. It's an old town. It's like 20 minutes away. And secondly, I knew that there was a possibility that Chuck would be there.
Yeah. And it's so funny because Josh even said it too before we left. He's like, I have a feeling Chuck and Dana will be there.
Well,
really?
Yeah, and we've gone there before.
Right.
That's
but I still wanted to check it out because, I'd gone there several times, before, and I always knew that they never had a cover. So we get there and they had a cover.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, this place used to pass out little flyers that said, never a cover. Literally never a cover.
That's why everybody would always go there.
Yes.
Because it's
cover.
And look, I'm not one of these people that's like anti-cover. I'm not. I will pay a cover. But if you're a place that says you never have a cover, hey, I'm just saying. Maybe they're trying to make up for the pandemic. I get it. I'm fully for it. But was kind of
that set the tone.
Yeah, it really did.
Really it did.
Because
but wait, before that though, like we were in line.
Oh yeah, you're right. So we're in line and we finally get a taste of the costume,
the reaction for our costumes.
Because we're standing there and this one guy comes up and he freaks out, and then he brings his buddy over there, and then they start quoting the lines, and then he's pointing to Jen's little star, because we had to make a the sheriff's star,
the sheriff's badge.
And then he's like, oh my God, Ursa, and she even has the star. She has the star. Because in the movie, what she did was
she rips up everybody's badge and then puts it on her. Yeah.
And I told Jen, just find an officer, somebody dressed up.
I know.
Rip their badge off, just like in the movie.
It's so great. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, but they loved it. I was like, see, I told you guys, it's gonna be. Look, this costume's not gonna be winning any awards, but if we run into people that are, I would say, 40
our age, not Eric's age, like our age.
They're gonna know and they're gonna like it. So
I mean, I wouldn't have recognized this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but if you were a kid, during that time, you definitely watch that movie a lot. So anyway, we get in, and I think I'm the first one to enter. I think I am. I think you guys are right behind me.
Well, yeah, you and Jen. I'm the last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, because
I'm the
general.
Yeah. Well, and the first thing out of Josh's mouth is.
No, I go, well, I think I saw Dana. and I was like, here we go.
And I'm still with security. You get
getting your ID checked and getting your bracelet on.
Yeah, getting a pat down, getting checked.
Getting a pat down.
Typical Erik and Old Town.
Did they really pull you aside?
No,
okay.
Not this time.
No.
Not this time.
So that I was like, oh, here we go. Okay, well, at least let's get a beer. And then so Eric goes over and buys some beers. Eric, how much were those beers? How much did you pay for the 3 beers? 3 beers.
20.
No, wait, what kind though? No, you have to
Coors Light.
Coors Light. Coors Light.
Coors Light.
$24.90 something cents.
$25
for
beers.
Coors Light.
$25.
And that's minus tip.
$25. Wow. So I go, yeah, those are Scottsdale prices. Here we go.
Wow.
Scottsdale. Here we are. So that kind of left me thinking we might not stay here much longer as well. So so anyway,
and then we knew once if Giligins was charging cover everywhere.
And by the way,
going to charge a cover.
And by the way, Giligins is usually on Halloween they are playing music and stuff like that. The music seemed extra loud, and I'm not old man Matlock over here complaining about shit because I don't care. But dude, when I'm literally right in your ear,
like this distance.
Oh no, I'm closer.
Yeah, no, closer.
In your ear, and I'm like, Eric, and you're like, what? And I'm like, dude, okay, I'm yelling in your ear, dude. Like, and we're not right next to the speaker or anything like that.
No,
we're good. I don't know, 30 yards away from the stage.
Oh yeah, because they had the big stage.
So right.
Some band.
And then you said that you spotted or Dana spotted you, right?
Yeah, I saw her, wave to her, and then that's when we.
Well, no, because you said that she was going to start to walk over, and so Josh and I are like, well, let's go, and I'm like, no, you stay.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
It's that's just. I'm like, all right, man. Like, look, I'm out here to have fun tonight. I'm not looking to cause drama. We need to go somewhere.
So if I would have intervened, we would have had the episode 50 whatever of Chuck and Josh right then and there would have happened on the spot.
And by the way, what were they dressed up as?
Dana was Dogecoin.
It's like a onesie or something.
That's a costume.
I saw hers on
Facebook. And then Chuck was
was
Bernie. There was like a bunch of Bernies out. I saw like 3 or 4 Bernies. A bunch
of Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. So now, what did they dress up like last year? They were like those racist assholes who pulled guns on the Black Lives Matter people.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
On the protesters.
Yeah. The protest people.
It's
I don't
great
know
costume,
their names,
especially for a guy that always wanted to be not political. Now he's like 2 years in a row. He's like political. This guy is like, it's crazy. Especially, yeah.
The world is political now.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't believe he got Dana to go along with that costume last year. That's fucking crazy.
That was crazy.
I'm putting Eric in a weird situation. He's like, look, I'm Switzerland over here.
I'm good.
I thought for sure after I saw that costume last year, I thought for sure he's going as, Hitler or Mussolini or something like that this year. But he went completely the other route. He's like Bernie Sanders. He's like, I'm wearing mittens. Okay. Yeah. But anyway,
I mean, it would have been an easy costume. You just put it on and just sit down. Everywhere you go, you just sit down. I mean, that would have probably been pretty easy.
That's true.
Pretty easy to pull off.
Yeah. I wonder what happened during that. He's like, so gets on stage and he's just like, he has to sit there with this. I have no idea.
I don't know. Cause it would have cost us $100 to stay and drink.
Oh God. That was awful.
Yeah. So basically we're like, all right, we need to get the hell out of here. I go finish up the beer. And she's like, I can't.
Jen
I was like, I can't drink this thing.
She barely got halfway.
Yeah. I was like, Eric, here you go.
Bail, man. Let's get the hell out of here.
No, and I told her, I was like, this is the part where if Andy's with us, Andy goes,
yeah, tips up the
because he knows it's time to get it.
And he would always get so pissed. He's like, I guess we're leaving. Great.
Yeah, but those drinks, okay, we were only there for like 20 minutes. They were still really cold because they were the aluminum bottle cans or whatever. Right. So it was like they were so cold, and I couldn't drink all of it.
I love those cans. Yeah. So basically, I wanted to get out of Giligins for several reasons, but one of the big reasons was, if we start working our way back, which we did, I was like, you know what? We could go to Ernie's. We could check out Ernie's. And I think Ernie's is like a little bit of an older crowd.
Oh, totally.
Which, how great did that work out, by the way?
I love that bar. I love that bar so much.
Oh man, we were like celebrities.
I know.
Bar. I was like, holy moly.
Jen like never gets out. So she's like amazed.
Well, Jen, didn't you say that you had actually never been to a Scottsdale bar?
No, I had not.
That's insane.
I know.
I mean, even I've been to Scottsdale.
Yeah, I mean, he gets kicked out of them.
He gets kicked out. I know.
I get racially profiled, but I still go.
Excuse me, sir. Are you wearing what are those shoes? Are those Air Force Ones?
I am wearing my Air Force Ones today.
Oh, nice. No,
I
live in Gilbert, so Scottsdale is very far.
Yeah. So, all right. So now, Jen, who are your favorite people at that bar? There was, I mean, were there memorable costumes in that place? Like,
no.
The bartender.
I mean, they're all kind of like just general. Oh yeah.
The bartender was cool as Rambo. Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was cool.
Not him. I was talking about the girl that had on the backwards.
Oh, the backwards clothes. Oh, well, for you, yeah. Like
the backwards what?
It was
she had backwards clothes on. Like her shirt was backwards, and then her shorts were backwards.
Yeah. I thought it was a good costume.
Yeah. No, I don't ever, what's weird is I don't ever see people dressed up like Rambo. So I thought that was pretty.
Yeah, that was cool. He made a good one.
You'd think that people would be dressed up like Rambo a lot because it's like, it's like a pretty, but that just goes to show you we were at the right bar because who was dressing up like Rambo in 2021? Yeah, well,
and he made it really simple too. He wasn't all like dirty looking and like, he was just in Rambo clothes. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, and he looked like a Chip and Dale dancer.
Yes, he did.
So all right. So what happened was that they said that people started walking around the bar and they're like, well, if you want to be in the contest, join in the walk around the bar. And we're like, and Jen goes, let's go. And I was like, all right, let's go. I mean, I wasn't really
walking around the bar
again.
Let's do it.
I was not expecting anything.
No, I wasn't either.
So we're like, all right, let's just, just for shits and giggles, let's walk around. And then we get back and we're like, all right, let's, have a beer at the back of that. We were staying kind of like in the back, kind of like,
the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Away from everybody.
Yeah. And the funny thing is I kept saying to Jen, cause Jen's always smiling. So I'm like, Jen, you need to not smile.
Yeah. Jen was like not in character.
Yeah. I go,
for
Jen,
most of the night.
It's so hard.
Like mine was easy. I didn't have to say a damn thing all night. I just stand there and
Yeah, right. Yeah, and people loved it. They're like, man, this guy right here, man. This guy this guy is the best, man. Yeah, they loved Eric and they loved it. They loved us all. It was awesome.
It was really hard to not smile.
No, yeah, you were having a great time too. You're like, this is so fun. This is so great. And you kept saying, like, everyone's taking our picture. And
I know. Everyone's like, can I just take your picture? And I'm thinking, what are you going to do with that picture?
just post them on there.
Yeah.
Eric and I kept like laughing at each other. We're like, yeah, it's just like Halloween, man. Like, but yeah. So, Jen, you had mentioned that you'd never been to Old Town, as you said. Now, what did you think of your first experience in Old Town?
So I know. So no, I really liked Ernie's. Like I really liked that bar. Like that would be a bar that I would go to like all the time if I was closer, just because it was like,
right.
It just felt
that's like one of the most popular karaoke places in town. The one right next to me, it's popular for the people in North Phoenix. But,
yeah, but like Giligins, what's his name? Gilligan. I don't know.
Ernie's.
No, Gilligan, the one we went to before that. Gilligan.
Yeah.
Well, that's just too much for me. Like I don't.
They didn't have any. What do you call it?
And that's on a Halloween night though too. Like if it's a regular night, it's not anywhere near as.
No, you walk in there and there's like nobody there. Yeah. No. So like they're the big event nights, those are the big days.
St. Patty's, Halloween.
Okay. No, but I loved Ernie's.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and by the way, that place used to be known as something else. I don't know if we're able to say it.
Midget bar.
Oh, okay. Well,
look, I am, if I get canceled or if your show gets canceled, my bad. But
okay, all right, I'll let you say. Yeah, but no, they used to have little people like serving. They have see, Jen didn't get to see this. I think they still have it, but you walk in and they have a little tiny bar that this guy, what was his name, Chewy. He goes back there and he drinks and stuff like that.
It was him and that girl.
Yeah, and then they have like mini Britney Spears, and they have a little cute little Asian girl. They have all these small people or little people, serving drinks and stuff like that. It was kind of like their thing, their gimmick.
That's awesome.
I didn't see anybody.
I didn't see anybody either.
Bartenders.
Yeah, well then too, like we were just out there on the patio. We didn't even attempt to.
Yeah, but they usually have at least one person out there. At, like one of the coolers where they just
Yeah, I don't know unless they're not there anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's another.
Although regarding the straight face where everyone had to stay in character, I did better than I thought I would, because I came back from the bathroom and some girl looked at me and she's like, I don't know who you are or what you're supposed to be. She's like, but you have the best resting bitch face. So I'm like, I must have been doing something right.
Jen took it as a compliment.
Yeah, she's like, well, thank you. Thank you. Like, okay. You have the best resting bitch face.
I mean, yes, that's what we were trying to get all night from you.
Yeah.
And there you go. I did it.
Success.
Someone commented.
Yeah. No. So, all right. So we actually, we're having another beer, and I think Jen goes to the bathroom, and the bartender comes out and he comes over to me and he goes, "Hey man, make sure you don't leave, because you guys are in the top 3. And I was like, what? We're in the top 3?
We had talked about like what was next.
Yeah. Because we were like, all right, so should we start heading back? And the guy's like,
yeah.
He probably saw us like contemplating leaving.
Like, nope, they gotta stay.
So he stopped us from leaving. And then we ended up getting on stage. Well, in the front.
Their stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karaoke stage.
And again, like everyone's taking pictures and shit, and like they loved it. And we actually won. We won first prize.
Yeah.
First place.
If you
ain't first, you're last.
Oh. And the funny thing is, when we collected the prize, it was like what? It was like a gift cards.
They were gift certificates to Ernie.
But the gift certificates were expired. They said like 2020.
They said April of 2019. So I'm looking at these. Well, I'm looking at these gift certificates, and I'm like, if we were to come back here, they'd be like, I'm sorry, these are expired.
Like, nope, void.
Yeah. So I asked the bartender, I'm like, hey, can you fix the date on these? And she's like, oh, sure. So then,
So it says like a 2022, and they initialed it. Yeah, $100.
Not bad. So we'll have to be going back there sometime. Yep. So yeah, no, it's a good bar. especially for karaoke if you could get up there. But that place is a very popular place for karaoke. So that's good night. Now we leave Ernie's, but the night is not over.
No.
Oh no.
Far from over.
It was as Frank Stallone would say, shout out to my buddy Steve Klunk. It was far from over. Frank Stallone. This is the end. Okay, sorry. No, but so we're driving back, and I was like, all right, dude, should we do it? Should we do it?
And I already knew. I was like,
we have to do it. We have to do it. It's been a year?
A year and a half. It was like a year and a half. Yeah.
About a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I had not been to the bar literally right next to my house.
Yeah.
I hadn't really been anywhere, right?
No. Just to Goodwill and stuff. But
Eric's a different story. I used to like quarantine Eric, like when he'd come over, I'd be like, hey,
yep.
How you doing over there, Eric?
Yeah, he used to be behind the tape, the caution tape.
I'm up for whatever. I'll go anywhere. I'll do just about anything.
He's like, I'm down with anything, man. You can quarantine me in the backyard.
In the corner.
Put me in the corner. Give me a recliner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
A chest full of alcohol, and I'm good.
Lots of people put Eric in the corner. He's used to it. But no. So anyway, we go to Brigit's, and another thing I predicted with Jen, I go, yeah. So just be prepared. We're gonna be a lot of hugging.
Yep.
I'm like,
Josh is like a little local celebrity at Brigett.
I'm like, well, I'm gonna be time for Josh to start holding his breath over here because I'm still not, 100%,
Yeah.
I mean, I walk in, I'm just smelling the Brigett air.
So wait, any time before that though, I've been in Brigit's, but I've been in Brigit's to get lunch and then I leave. So it's like, that's the only time I'm ever in Brigit's.
Oh yeah. And that's
right. Yeah. That's like a couple truckers sitting at the counter, a couple bikers,
Yeah.
No. So we walk in there and everyone's just like bear hugging and stuff like that. It's like a good old reunion. It's like we never, it's like every,
exactly.
It was like a reunion.
We picked up right where we left off.
Like, hey, we said, it's good seeing you last week. Good to see you guys again. It's like, yeah. So that was kind of fun. But remember we made our girl cry over there.
Oh, Tara.
Yeah.
She
Tara.
She hadn't seen us in a long time.
Yeah. She was so excited.
I know. You're gonna have Tara on the show. She said she wants to be on the podcast.
Well, yeah, she wants her.
So she did that night, huh?
I wonder if she has some stories. I wonder if she has any because she's a nurse, right?
I'm sure they got some good stuff.
That's so funny.
So it's good seeing all the people that
the mayor.
Which one was the mayor?
The mayor's
he was Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the pirate.
Yeah.
He was hugging me, and he was. And I was like, okay. He hugged me, and then he's
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, and then he asked me if he had to let go, and I was like, see. I'm like, can you?
That sounds like.
No, it was fine. He was really nice. He was really nice. Everybody was really nice.
So that was fun.
It's not bad. Not a bad place.
No, it's not a bad place.
No. I've always love Brigett. So I just I just don't I just don't I don't go there all the time anymore. And maybe I'll have to start going back a little bit here and there. But yeah. So all in all, guys, I think this year was a big success. What do you guys think?
I would say so.
Yeah. So are there any moments that came up that I didn't bring up that you guys wanted to point out? That
Elvis kneeled down to Zod.
Oh, geez. That's right. Elvis
kneeled down to Zod. Those two guys that were like, they kept running around like. They're like, there's like one guy that was like always all up on Jen, like, hey Jen, like it's like in yellow or something like that. I can't remember.
He was a minion. He was a minion.
Yeah.
He was like asking me to he's if I go, will you go with me? And I'm like, okay, where are we going?
Those guys are pretty funny. They loved us.
Everybody loved us
Elvis
at that bar. Everybody.
Elvis came up to us and gave us his gift card, and Jen would.
He did not give it to us. I could not have taken that.
Oh yeah, he tried to. He's like, here.
This is yours. This is yours.
Jen's like, no.
This is your guys.
I couldn't take it.
Your money.
No.
She couldn't take the king's money.
He wouldn't. Everybody loved everybody. Well, it was funny because we were walking around in the parade thing, and then we got to the front of the stage part. I remember like we were standing there and everyone's like, oh my God, you guys are gonna win. Like you look amazing. All of you, you're gonna win. So they knew.
And of course, Jen is not staying in character. She's thanking everybody, laughing, having a good time.
Yeah, she's like at a parade. She's like, hey everybody.
I'm just like, this is me the whole night. Just
you were with your arms crossed. Hey, I had a little bit of character left.
It was great.
It's very hard. The music's on. It's hard not to dance.
And it's funny because my buddy Mike came in like right when we
that's right.
We were leaving, and I didn't know that. He's like, wait a minute, that was you guys?
Yeah, I saw that on. I didn't.
Yeah, well, it was funny because we were at the bar at the time. We were at the front of the bar at the time by the stage. So I was the Elvis guy was in front of us. And I was just standing there drinking our beer. And then I looked up and he's all Cher. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool costume. And then that's like all I remember. So I don't really.
Yeah, that's Sabrina.
Sabrina's
Sabrina's the one that used to date Doug Ducey back in college.
You mean Doug Ducey?
Oh, yeah, no. So I ended up posting that picture, got quite a few likes on our own page or whatever that we tagged each other in. But then I also shared it on the Superman 2 page, and right now it has 250 likes.
Wow!
And it's up to 12 shares.
Whoa! Like who shares it? That's what's
so yeah.
Jen is amazed. By
So to quote the guy that completely refuses to acknowledge my existence, but I think we nailed it. I think we nailed it. I think we nailed it.
We did.
We did nail it.
Yeah. And then you brought up a good point about if we were to do that like at a Comic-Con.
Right.
It'd be a pretty big
thing. Yes, definitely. Because like those are the people that that's exactly where it should
that's
be.
Their thing. Yeah. That's like their
ripped
thing.
Up your costumes.
Oh, all I need is a robe, right? I mean, that's really all I need.
Yeah, and I just have to find another shirt that's like V in the front.
I need to order a robe and make sure it's like, a size or two smaller.
Yeah.
Here I am, like trying. Can you tape my back like
Oh God, I did. I pinched it. I had to punch it back and then.
It's like your robe should have been mine and vice versa.
Yeah, right. Maybe we got our orders reversed, but I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how. Intern Jen should have been on the.
Oh God, it's awesome. Awesome. Good times, man. So yeah, who knows what will happen next year for Halloween, but if we could think of a costume that's similar to this, that'd be awesome. But you never know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I'm always for the easy.
Maybe I'll
easy stuff.
Maybe I'll look in the mirror and horrify myself again and come up with something new. But yeah,
that was wild.
We could always do a Bucks Fizz.
We need another person.
Eric's gonna hold up his Bucks Fizz. I brought this for Eric inspiration here. And this is one of Eric's favorite albums of all time, Bucks Fizz from 1981.
The most underrated band in the United States.
Yeah, America. They were huge in England, but they were wildly ignored in the United States. Yeah. I don't know why.
Well, maybe because ABBA ripped them off.
Yeah, they came out in 81, not 73 or whatever.
Same difference.
All right. Well. That's a perfect way to end the show.
They're the Richard Donner cut of
Superman.
Yeah.
You need to see that movie with the Donner cut.
I did.
You already watch it?
After you sent that
this guy.
That thing, I downloaded it.
It's not bad. They still needed to use some of the scenes from Lester to complete the movie. But yeah, it would have definitely been a different movie with Donner. So but yeah. And Donner just died. I think he died earlier this year.
I know. I watched I scrolled all the way after it was over. Like I fast forwarded all the way to the very end, and at the very end, the very last credit, he's like, in 1970, like cigarettes and animal cruelty wasn't a thing, but I apologize for. He said something like he gave an apology for the animal cruelty and
oh my gosh
and cigarette usage. He's like, we now know a lot more. I don't condone either.
Did they kill animals in that? Oh, they killed a snake.
They killed a snake. Yeah.
They killed a snake.
Oh, well, he said
I
anybody
killed the
wearing
snake
fur,
with my eye.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
People wearing fur. The Marlboro.
Oh, right.
promotions
Yeah. Smoking. Yeah. There's a bunch of like product placements. Like, was it Pepsi or Coke in that movie that they had
It
a
was
big giant
Coke.
billboard?
It was Coke.
It's
It was
like,
Coke.
it's like, wow, you have a giant billboard that you're
Yeah.
slamming into. It's just so
There was probably a lot of
placement.
Coke on set.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Wait, was that Planet Houston?
that's where we're ending it, folks. That's it right there.
Right there.
Planet Houston.
Planet
All right.
Houston.
Okay. Well, hey, Jen,
Yes.
Eric,
Jenny.
Jenny. Thanks so much for being on the show. It was awesome reminiscing about this costume and the night and Superman 2. Good times, great oldies. And we'll have to do it again.
Yeah. Thanks for having me
Do it
on.
again.
Let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll. And
It's a
Jen,
good song.
we'll see you soon. And Eric,
Yeah.
time for another drink. So we're getting there. We're getting there, buddy. Oh, he's like, oh, look at him. He's doing it.
He's pulling the
Here he
Andy.
goes. Here he goes.
Drink.
Oh, all right.
Oh, goodness.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends podcast. If you have any questions or comments about today's show, feel free to leave a message in the comment section below. If you enjoy listening to the podcast, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow the show. And check out some of the video clips posted on YouTube and Facebook. I'm Josh, and thank you for being a friend.